Yes, that's right. Lowering your blood pressure 1 point at a time. This is the Dr. Anonymous show. We'll kind of raise the tempo here a little bit. And our guest on the line here is Brandis. You can find her at brandis.net. And, iPad. Can you kind of take me through the little thought process there? Because there was one day I was sitting there, and I think it must have been iPad release day, and I saw this tweet from you. Maybe it was the day after, and you said, maybe I'm thinking about actually getting an iPad. Can you kind of take me through that little thought process there?
Well, here's the thing with the iPad. I tried for months. I tried to find a reason that I needed an iPad. And the bottom line is, you don't need an iPad. Like, if you have a laptop, you have a working computer, and you have an iPhone, and I have a netbook, too. I have, no justification for this device. And so I basically had come to the conclusion that I didn't need it. We just bought a house, so there are other things to spend money on. We need to pave the driveway and all this, stuff that houses need. It's infuriating. So I decided I wasn't going to get one. And then the Saturday that it came out, I got up pretty early, putzed around the house, and then I sat down at the computer. And 4 hours later, I realized that I had been stalking every person on the Internet who had waited in line and got their iPad.
Me too!
And my husband came in and found me watching the promo video on Apple.com and was just like, I guess I looked pretty sad, and he's like, okay, you just need to get one of those for your birthday. That needs to be your birthday present.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, I don't need it. So he spent the next 24 hours convincing me that I needed an iPad, which has never happened in the history of my relationship with my husband. He's not a geek. He's like, we'll sell my laptop to offset the cost, and I'll take your netbook since you won't need it anymore, and your birthday's coming up. It's on the 21st, and so we'll figure it out. And the next thing I know, he's driving to Beechwood because Best Buy is closed. He drove all the way to Beechwood. It's well over an hour drive from where I'm at in Ohio.
Yeah.
And He actually left a family function to go do it too, which was really funny. It was on Easter, and comes back, and I got an iPad, and I freaking love it. I can't even say how much I love it.
All right, so take me through this. So all right, so you get it. Now, I've been reading some things. Now, did you buy any applications before you bought your iPad?
Not really, because I didn't think I was getting one. I downloaded some free ones in anticipation of possibly getting one, like the night before Jim ended up going to Beechwood. I downloaded some free ones, just, like this sort of, okay, maybe I do want one, and maybe I can have one for my birthday, hopeful kind of thing. I downloaded some. But yeah, I've paid for several since.
So tell me about the initial syncing process, because I heard that some people went through a long syncing process. I don't know if they had 2,000 applications that they were trying to sync up. But did you have a long initial sync process when you first got it?
No, it was actually it was pretty simple. When you sync it up, you can set it up so that it would load everything you had on your iPhone. For people who had an iPhone, it will do you want us to load the settings and the apps and everything you had on your iPhone? And I didn't do that because I got the Wi-Fi iPad. So I'm thinking I have applications that I'm just not going to use on this thing. I didn't put the location-based apps on there because it's I'll still have my phone for a lot of things, is the bottom line. The phone, I still keep my music on because it's portable, and when I go running, it's that's where I want my music anyway. And so I started fresh. I set up everything fresh, like it's a totally separate device. I only loaded the applications that I thought I would actually use, and I've actually since deleted a lot of them.
Okay.
So not really a long, drawn-out process at all.
So So you said, I guess, kind of going back. So you have like almost every device in between. So what was it because everybody else was getting one, or did you kind of have a function in mind for it, or I mean,
Yes.
what? I, I don't know.
Okay. I am a humongous comic book nerd,
Ah, okay. Well, okay.
and
There you go.
I have a Kindle, and I have a first generation Kindle. I inherited my mom's old Kindle when she bought the new one, and so I love it, and I love reading on my phone. But there is no device up until this one that allows you to easily read digital comics. I still have my Kindle, and the only thing that the disadvantage with the reading is the screen, the reflective type surface, isn't good for reading outside. So the Kindle is great for reading on the beach, so I might hang on to it. I might not. I'm not really decided. I've never actually used my Kindle to read on the beach, so but that's the only real disadvantage, I think, in terms of reading.
Okay. And what are your favorite applications now, other than the Kindle for iPad?
Okay, let me open this puppy up and take a look here. Obviously, the Kindle application. In terms of, let's see, the Comics app, which is through Comixology and Marvel, both have really great, easily obtained comics. You can download them through the device. The ABC player is pretty cool to do the streaming ABC shows. The newspaper applications are really cool. The USA Today app is pretty neat, and a lot of these apps. I now have a pretty good feel for like what I can use offline versus when I'm online, because at work I don't have any Wi-Fi connection or anything stuff.
Wow.
And I downloaded Diner Dash for the iPad, and then lost like 4 hours of my life. I never use them on the iPhone, but like it's like there's so much screen. It's like you're sitting with a little restaurant, and a lot of people know Plants vs. Zombies.
Yes.
It's sweet. It is sweet on the iPad. I mean, seriously, it's just those two games. Last weekend, I probably wasted an entire day between those two games and reading. It was really cool.
Wow. Okay. All right. And you're probably going to say the same thing everyone else has said. The battery life, what's your experience been with the battery life?
It's great. I haven't actually used it a lot today because I had a pretty crazy work day and came home and did other things, but it hasn't been plugged in since yesterday morning, and it's at 100% because I haven't used it much. So in standby, it's like golden, and I don't think I've ever had it go below 70% in a day. It's really pretty phenomenal battery life. And I do want to say there are disadvantages. I don't want to make it sound like the genius, like perfect device that doesn't need any improvements, because any of the iPhone apps that you download or transfer from your iPhone, etc., that aren't yet iPad optimized, they look kind of crappy. They initially show up like this tiny little iPhone-sized screen, and then you can hit the 2x button and like double the resolution, and then it's all pixelated. So I will say there aren't a ton of apps that are iPad optimized yet that like I'm scrambling for, and some of it, like Facebook isn't iPad optimized yet. I mean, that's just kind of
it's wrong.
Bizarre. It's really, really bizarre. And some of the apps, they look so badly in the small, not iPad optimized versions that I've just gone ahead and deleted them. Like it's had to be like a really crucial app for me to keep it when it's not optimized, because it really does not. It just doesn't look good.